Hello, and welcome everybody to Against the Fence. My name's Sai. I'm here with Ash, and we are going to be running you through UFC 285, Jones versus Gane. Now, this has been a long time coming, something particularly special to the hearts of many, many UFC fans for a long time now, the return of Jones himself. Obviously, we'd hoped to have seen it against Ngannou, but of course, this is just the hand we've been dealt. Is it better? Is it a worse matchup? I don't care how you feel about it. It's going to be fireworks. And I can't wait to break into this card and get a breakdown going. What about you, Ash? How long have you been sort of, it's biting at the bit to get talking about this one?
Yeah, you said it perfectly there, mate. Like, is it a better fight than Ngannou versus Jones? We don't know. Obviously, stylistically, I think obviously the stand-up of Gane is quite similar to Jones. So it's going to be an interesting one because who knows? Like, everyone's comparing like Jones's wrestling, saying, "Oh, he's just going to take Gane down and do what Ngannou did to Gane." So, but who knows? Who knows?
This is it. And it's quite wild that the biggest competition Gane has had wrestling wise has actually been from Ngannou himself.
Exactly. Yeah, it's
the guy's
crazy.
not even a wrestler, right? To do that sort of thing. But if that's what Ngannou can do, a lot of people thinking exactly like you said. Well, what will Jones do to him? But are you more excited about this matchup than you were, let's say, the Ngannou versus Jones? Is this more exciting?
Oh, I don't know. I was actually probably a little bit more excited to see Jones versus Ngannou, just to see how Jones dealt with the power, because obviously Ngannou has that power, and like if it lands on Jones, who knows what would have happened if it got one. I'm not saying the game doesn't have power, but no one has the power that Ngannou has.
Look, at the end of the day, and also as well, like. I didn't really want to see this happen because I love these guys. I love both of them, Jones and Gane, and I didn't kind of want to see this matchup happen between the two. Equally, same with Ngannou versus Gane as well, but it just had to happen. But I think also is like Gane for a lot of us was supposed to be the next John Jones, of this division. Like he was going to be the best of them. So I guess we get to really see who is the real John Jones.
Well, 100%, yeah, because obviously the way Gane moves on his feet for a heavyweight is unreal. So it's gonna be a real test.
It is. I mean, it's still something that's this division. And I'll tell you what, if this division don't sort of get up to scratch with this new caliber of fighter, which they are seeing, they're going to get left behind. Whoever go and take the belt here, be it Ngannou, be it Jones, they could completely Shevchenko this division in theory. Saying that, you still got Pavlovich in the mix as well, and I guess.
Well, that's what I mean. He's the backup fighter as well. If people didn't know, so obviously if Gane or Jones either miss weight or anything, so. Who knows? Not that anyone's going to miss weight. I just mean if anyone gets like injured or whatnot.
I mean, it happened last week, right? Happened just last week. Yeah, where was he then? But yeah, I think Jones is begging Gane. Gane is begging Jones. I say, hey, look, please just turn up. I don't want to have to fight the Sergey guy with no patience, with no practice, because they all seen what he does to people. He puts them away real quick. The guy's a problem in those hands.
Yeah.
So what's this going to look like then? You're going to run through some of the odds as we get through the fighters. We'll go from the top of the card down, and I'll be mentioning about, I guess, we'll be talking about the fighting style, what to expect from each of these fighters as well. Yeah. Then we'll get into some chats as well along the way, and we'll sort of get those gauges up too. But speaking of which, the chats, we do have a few things coming through here. We have Taylor Young chiming in. Hey, Taylor Young, how are you?
Hey, T.
So Taylor Young is saying, John is an infinitely better wrestler and grappler as a whole than Francis, but Francis is a freak of nature physically. It would be interesting to see how Gane deals with John Jones' techniques compared. Yeah, no, interesting. Well said. And Taylor Young also says, Francis, raw strength.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Obviously, the difference why I was a little bit excited to see Francis versus Jones, because obviously, as I said a second ago, everyone goes on about Jones' wrestling advantage on Gane.
Yeah.
Like, what would the advantages been against Francis? It would have been the technique. So,
here it is. And as of late, I mean, we'll have to get into it, but as of late, I've seen Jones being a bit too patient in the stand-up. Some of the late fights I've been seeing from him prior to obviously having some time off. And I wonder if, something like the Ngannou Jones could have really just looked like a Derek Lewis Ngannou sort of matchup.
Well, who knows? Could you imagine?
Too afraid to throw. I mean, Jones is quite defensively wise. He's aware.
Yeah, they're both are very defensively. That's what I mean. They're both quite defensively. Like Gaines obviously moves a lot on his feet, likes to counter punch.
Yep.
John Jones similar as well, likes to counter punch as well. So
Yeah,
like
Jones
I said,
is
they could just
flowy,
counteract
man.
each
He's
other.
real flowy.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed watching his fights this week. I have enjoyed, really have. But yeah, while we're talking about the subject, let's get right into that top end of the card, right? Let's start talking actually about John Jones versus Ciryl Gane, and we'll go from there all the way down to the first up on the card. And it's not even getting less exciting either as we go down the card, because we're going to be ending up with Bo Nickal versus Jamie Pickett, and that's how that's going to go. And talking about those odds, it's going to be quite exciting. So stick around for that. But real quickly, and then we're getting some chats again. But you're looking at John Jones, of course. He's 26-1-0. Some would say he's 27-0, and that one is just a mere mistake on the record on the part of the ref who did disqualify him. And then, of course, you've got Ciryl Gane, who's 11-1 as well. That only one coming in his last time out against Ngannou, the actual champion of the division before vacating the belt. And then if you look at the height of these guys, there's nothing in it. Both the same height, but reach, it does go a little bit, only a short way, about 3 or so inches over to I was going to call him Ngannou, but no, of course, it's John Jones himself.
You said the main fact there as well is obviously what Jones's advantage was in his division, obviously light heavyweight division, was that reach. Yes. And now going up to someone like Gane, the reach is still there, but it's not as much as it was. Yeah.
That's the one. You're right. It is still there, not as much as it was. Still going to be an absolute problem. But fundamentally, is it going to be the way he's going to be wanting to fight anyway? You know?
The
odds on this one. So I don't know if you looked much into it. I mean, I can see here some -6, 165.
Yeah, John Jones is favorite. Yeah.
So he's the favorite. And earlier in the week, we talked about this last week, right? It was even, right?
Yeah.
The odds on this was even. So I wonder what really got out as of late that's really sort of convinced people of this turn of events. Then, of course, you got the underdog being Ciryl Gane with 140. Do you think that's fair? Was it fairer last week in terms of even odds?
I think it would. I don't know, because obviously John Jones, arguably people are still calling him a GOAT, but he is coming up a weight, if you know what I mean. So he's coming up to the big boys now that do hit harder, and so I just don't know. I would have said evens would have been fair, but this is John Jones we're talking about here, so you never know. And stylistically, it's a good fight for him.
Yeah.
So
that's it. Yeah. I guess you got Taylor Young saying here 3 years off at a different weight class, and he said people need to remember that Jones wasn't exactly doing incredible with his wrestling against Reyes. I mean, this is it. I saw his fight against Gustafsson, against Santos, against Reyes. I mean, he was great, but he certainly was kind of in his latter fights performed less as good as he had initially when he was on the rise up to the belt. So, another 2 fights before, he might have got a legitimate loss coming up. And some would say even a Reyes fight was a legitimate loss. So I don't have any stats for the striking of that there, but do you think we're going to see a similar John Jones to what left? He's going to pick up from where we left off? Or is he going to be a different beast coming into this? Because
that's the thing.
I mean, by all means, I love to look at the striking, the grappling, and all those numbers, but it might be irrelevant if we really are just looking at a complete new evolution of it.
Yeah, 100%. You're spot on there. Like, are we going to see the John Jones of old? He is coming up, obviously, as I said a second ago, obviously coming up that weight. Gane is flowy, if you know what I mean. Like you said earlier, he's very good at this weight class. We're not seen John Jones in 3 years, let alone moving up a weight. You just don't know.
Yeah, that's true. And what was your thoughts on his power, though, right? So in terms of the strike, he's landed quite a few, but wins by knockouts, 43% by knockouts. It's actually almost pretty even down the straight right here for both of them in terms of how they've been finishing or going to decisions. This is actually a very even fight. I mean, that's probably why the odds were pretty matched up.
Yeah.
I know something JK was saying earlier this week was like the mentality of someone like Jones. It's enough to get your buy-in. I get that entirely. And some say it's 90% in the battle is mentally. I think skill set wise, Gane has got everything he needs.
He has to
do this. If we're going off of the performance that Jones had against Reyes, the performance he had against Santos, I reckon Santos and Jones would probably have looked like Ngannou and Jones. Power was
that's
there.
what I mean.
He was tentative to step in to get caught on it. He was very defensively aware. But as a result, there wasn't massive amount of activity throughout the fight. He didn't even take him down once. I'm pretty sure he bet on himself not to do a takedown or something like that.
Yeah,
He must have.
That's it. That's it. It's crazy.
You know, got himself a new car out of that. But, when against Reyes, he came straight out the bat, straight out and straight in looking for that takedown. So it wasn't convincing wins, basically, either of them. Split against Santos and, of course, that one against Reyes. I'm not sure if we've got a wiki there as well. He has, of course, got some incredible, incredibly impressive wins over names.
Is that Jones?
But my concern is, of course, how he left things.
Is that Jones, sorry?
Yeah, Jones. Yeah, he's got some incredible.
Oh, yeah, of course
resume.
he has. Like, obviously, beating Jan Machia, Vitor Belfort, Chael Sonnen, Glover Teixeira, obviously, the former champ.
Bro.
Obviously, Daniel Cormier.
Yeah.
Gustafsson again, like you said, Anthony Smith, Reyes, Santos. Like you said, he has beaten the who's, but that's in the light heavyweight division.
Yeah, and that's at a different time to now.
Yes.
One thing I put down in our notes as well was just like the game has changed now.
I was just about to say the evolution of the fights has moved on from his sort of generation, if you get what I mean.
That too.
And this is the new caliber of fighter in Ciryl Gane.
Yeah, and I wonder if he fought Santos exactly the same fight just now at this time, whether he would have won a split decision. I just wonder. Because
who knows?
Just for having octagon control, they're not rewarding you so much for these days. And
indeed,
a lot of that fight, he had octagon control, but he didn't have a lot else going out there. In terms of like landing significantly, look, the fight came out split, and I think he was awarded on octagon control for a lot of it. But yeah, it's a different game now. You can't be fighting with 100% that as a strategy alone. What's happening here with the chat? Someone get the gauges up.
Yes.
So go over to the gauges and the fighters below.
Breezy's just joined us. Welcome in, Breezy. Welcome in, sir.
Yes, Breezy. Welcome in. So Breezy is saying, morning. Where are you, mate? Where are you? And then, we've got some chats there chiming in too. So guys, pop in the chats below. Let us know who you think is going to be taking this fight. Are the odds fair when they say that, the underdog being Jon Jones? Sorry, underdog being Ciryl Gane.
Yeah.
Or is it not? What you saying then, Ash, in terms of striking, who would we give it to?
Oh, stop it. This is where I'm going to struggle, and I could get a bit of hate, but I don't know. I'm leaning towards Gane.
Yep, I'm leaning the exact same way.
But obviously, I don't know, because obviously Jon Jones is so creative, but then so Ciryl Gane.
Yeah.
We could be fair and give striking to Jones and then power to Gane, maybe.
I would go grappling Jones, striking to Gane.
Well, what we're going to chat, Breezy, what we're saying, who's getting striking? T, who's getting striking? Who are you thinking?
Yeah.
Anyone else in the chat?
Here's what I would do.
Who we give striking?
I would go striking Gane, grappling Jones.
Yeah.
And then power, I'll go Gane because it's his natural weight class.
Yeah.
It's where he's at. And in speed, I'll go
Gane as well.
To Jones.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll go Jones on speed because he's coming up. He should be lighter. He should be more agile.
He should be, but like obviously, as I said earlier, Gane is flowy.
And then cardio Jones. That's how I would do it if I was doing it.
Gane's got good cardio as well, though.
He does, but who's had more 5-round fights and who's got 2 thumbs and puts people to sleep every time he touches them?
Oh, what do you mean? Eye
Jonesy
poacher?
Boy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, not Jamar Hill. I mean, he's got 4 thumbs. Not him. Let's have a look what Breezy says. Breezy says, Jones wins, takes Gane down, finishes him. If Ngannou can take down and control him, I just don't see it being any different for Jones if he wanted to do it. That's like I was saying earlier. He's not too wrong. It's what we're all thinking. Taylor Young says, they're different types of strikers. Jon is actually so versatile, but Cyryl's striking is more proven at heavyweight. Yeah, that's what we got.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean, yeah.
Right? We can only really go on what we know. But Breezy's gone Gane. He's also said a bit earlier that he's in London, for those who wondered, because he said morning. He must have just woken up. And then, of course, he said speed for Gane. Okay. So he thinks speed for Gane. Cardio 50-50.
Thinking the same.
Been a while since Jones has fought.
And this is what I mean. This is where it's crazy. It's so hard because, like, Gane does have great cardio, but if we're gonna go on the fight
Yeah.
at heavyweight, we've not seen John Jones's cardio at heavyweight. Is it like he's obviously putting on the weight? So is that cardio going to hold being putting on weight?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but
true.
obviously his cardio is proven, and it's the same with Gane. Gane's cardio is proven as well. So
I think if I was going to make any changes to this, I could be convinced to go speed Gane, striking Jones, but that's based on the fact of what the boy said here in the chat, the versatility of Jones. He's got those kicks, he's got those. He's got a larger variety of weapons.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. Did we give Jones striking?
Sorry?
Or did you give Gane striking?
Ciryl Gane, yeah, striking.
Okay.
So I could just put
I'm on the fence on that one.
Jones and either or, but yeah, man. We're looking at 2-3
to be fair, this one's actually a really tough one.
Yeah, it is. And did you see how Gane did gas against Ngannou? To be fair,
sorry,
Ciryl Gane against Ngannou was gassing. You see it?
Yes.
So, and that was his last out.
All right. Yes, you're very right now. You've triggered me.
And it was and it was the wrestling
and
that did it.
Yes, exactly. And I was just about to say that was the wrestling and what John Jones could do to Gane. So yeah, all right, you've swindled me.
Yeah. So I think the cardio, Jones can make it work for him. He can actually probably be more cardio taxing to Gane, I think, in this sort of style of this matchup, the takedowns. But yeah, I mean. I think he's definitely got to be using the takedowns. Ted Young says here, he says, I'm so torn for this fight. I see Ciryl Gane winning, no doubt. He is a great fighter, but just feels a bit wrong to pick against Jones. Going with John on this one, but I can see Ciryl Gane getting it. And Taylor Young 100% agrees with the gauge on the screen as is. Sup, fellas? How's it going? Hey, what's up? We have TY in the chat. What's up, TY?
Welcome in.
Thanks for joining in. Thanks for joining us. This is a place to be if you're a fan of the UFC. Like, subscribe, stay tuned because I've got a whole card to get through here. Main card. Yeah. Okay. I guess we're locking that one in.
Yeah, lock it in before we change.
Just like Tay, I am very torn as to where they sit side on this one, but I think where are you gonna go, Ash? What would you say? The gauges lean towards Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I think
on fight night, I'm actually gonna go Gane.
Yeah, because I did say Gane at the end of the year as well to be champion of this division. Yeah, I think initially it was Gane for me. So I think I'll stick with Gane on this one too. Gane, although the gauges go for the Jones. Yeah, it's not silly. Okay. All right, so let's get to the next fight on the card. Although I kind of don't want to tear off for that one because...
That's it. Change it.
Yeah.
Don't change it. Keep it the same for now.
Co-main division? Is that a thing?
Don't know, mate.
So we've got a women's flyweight division. This is a title belt here with Valentina Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso. Now, records 23-3-0 for Valentina, the Bullet Shevchenko, and of course 15-3 for Alexa Grasso. So a lot of people on our Discord channel have been talking about this. We've been talking about this in our chats as well. And I guess it's safe to say that people have edged towards, confidently said Valentina, but they might have been playing around with how does she do it though. So, we did see her sort of tested at the most she's ever been tested in the last time out against Santos. And prior to that, we've only seen Shevchenko get better and better and better and just prove that she's miles above the division.
100%, yeah.
Is that gap between Shevchenko and this division now getting minute? And is Alexa Grasso that person who's sitting in that gap?
Yeah. You're 100% right. Obviously, Shevchenko's obviously been so far above her division. It's unreal. But now there is actually contenders rising. Yeah. But it just all depends once they get there, if you know what I mean. And Grasso has great striking. It all depends on the grappling aspects as well. I'm not discrediting her grappling, but it's on fight night. Shevchenko is always game. So
she really is. And looking at the grappling numbers here, I'm not sure if we've got some of the wiki bits there as well to see some of the latest fights from these girls as well for notable wins. Because there'll be some grapplers in the wake of Grasso, I'm sure, which will be interesting to touch on that she hasn't actually sort of bowed to. But look, takedown average, Shevchenko wins on that one. Takedown accuracy, Shevchenko's winning on that one. Defense, Shevchenko's winning on that one. Striking, again, Shevchenko's does look like predominantly the better striker in all of the numbers here. And I guess that's not a huge surprise. So if you're looking at the numbers and on paper, Valentina Shevchenko gets it every single day. But what is it about Alexa Grasso that's giving some people, and let's have a look at those odds, not a lot, hope? What is it about Grasso? What she got that's going to be a problem?
That's the thing, like you just said a second ago, like obviously names that Grasso's lost to. She's lost to a couple of grapplers, obviously Taylor Santos, who we saw obviously last weekend, the return off, and lost to former champion Carla Esparza.
Yeah.
Both grapplers. And obviously Shevchenko does mix in her grappling with obviously her striking. So that could be an issue for Grasso, and it could be the path to victory for Shevchenko.
Yeah, I hear that. It could be.
But yeah, the submission game of Grasso is still good as well. Obviously, she got a first round submission of Joanne Wood as well with that guillotine. That was a great finish.
Yeah,
sorry, rear naked choke. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I imagine that was good, wasn't it? So I guess what does Grasso have in this? What sort of skin does she have in this game that's going to give Shevchenko the problem?
She does have legit striking as well. Like her boxing is very
combos,
good,
isn't it?
Yeah, the combinations that she puts off.
Yeah, I can't see her doing it on the ground. She's not going to have much advantage if the fight does go down there. And feel free to help out and chime in on the chats as well there, guys. What does Grasso have that we may be overlooking? Or what's the only thing that she's got to be doing to get it job done? In some of the notes earlier this week after watching this fight, I did say, like, I think it's important that she capitalizes on Shevchenko's mistakes.
Exactly, 100%. It's exactly what Santos did, did she? Really? Whenever like Shevchenko made a mistake, if they were like in a clinch, Santos took her down or got a trip, and
this is 100% spot on, mate. She just didn't capitalize hard enough. You know, she should have been getting her out there with that when she got the back. It should have been all over. You know, you're letting her back into the fight, you're getting less chances, and I just think you're right. That's what Santos did, and that's how we saw any other female in that division get close, capitalizing on Shevchenko's mistakes. You just got to hope that, that's also something that Grasso can do. Does she have the power in her hands to put her away, though? I mean, let's get into those gauges, shall we? Yeah,
it's an interesting one, mate. Yeah.
So here's the matchup here. And my question just there real quickly was like the power. Does she have the power to do it? If you're looking at wins by.
Who's this?
This is Grasso. She actually has more wins, or a higher percentage of her wins is by knockout than Shevchenko. But we know that Shevchenko likes to get things done very differently. But the average fight time, of course, is a lot lower than Shevchenko, and the amount of bouts there too. So, does she have the power to capitalize when Shevchenko steps wrong and put away that way? Or Shevchenko
I don't think she'll obviously get her out there in one, but like we just mentioned a second ago, the combinations, like you said, if Shevchenko makes a mistake on the feet, and the combinations of Grasso could land and hurt Shevchenko, and potentially you just never know in this game. Like we were saying, little mistakes that Shevchenko could make, Grasso will pick upon their mistakes and the combinations, as we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, well, that's enough on Grasso then. And just real quickly, and we'll run down these gauges. How does Shevchenko get it done? So this is something, of course, we're all a lot more confident about. In the chat here, TY, thanks for chiming in, bro. We're can chat up on screen now. He said, I like Valentina by ground and pound in the latter rounds. So that's how he
he took the words out my mouth.
Yeah. And he does think that Grasso has to just keep pressuring Valentina.
That's the path to victory for someone like Grasso. 100%, mate.
Yeah. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that goes. And you think, of course, it's going to be ground and pound in the latter rounds.
I think that Valentina, obviously, we all know how confident she is on the feet. We all know how she likes to keep on the feet, but she will mix in her takedowns and use her grappling if need be. We saw that in the Santos fight, and I think if Grasso is putting the pressure on and getting in her face and hitting Shevchenko with them combinations, Valentina will take it that notch further up and start using her grappling. And like another example, we all thought that Jessica Entourage would have the strength advantage in that Shevchenko fight, and Shevchenko just blew her away, got her out there TKO. So
it
could be the path.
That's it. and she's just going to be on her entirely. Cage My
Yeah.
IQ, yes. Welcome in.
What's up, Cage?
Cage My IQ,
Welcome
he
in,
says,
sir.
what's up, guys? Tuning in during dinner. Look, can you believe that? We're podcasting now over someone's radio waves during dinner. And he says Grasso needs to get inside the pocket and just keep munching
100%.
away.
This is what I was saying. I'm going to say again.
The same
Land
way
them
he's munching
combos.
away on his chicken.
Mm-hmm.
But
Get in Shevchenko's face, land them combos, discourage
here's
Shevchenko's
my
movement.
concern with that, you know, and with my analysis after watching this fight is, Grasso in her last fight was against, just want to think who it was now.
Who's that, Grasso?
Yeah, who was Grasso last match up against?
She was against Vivian Araujo.
It was Araujo. Yeah, it was Araujo. So they were striking, almost going strike for strike. They didn't have a lot of combinations, like continued combinations, which was a bit frustrating. But other than that, there was a tell from Grasso. Like, I could almost tell you exactly when she was going to strike and and how she was going to strike. And if I can see that, Shevchenko is going to have that data downloaded from the first round. And I think if that's the case, then of course, second round, third round, however round you want to see this get into, Shevchenko is going to know every time that Grasso is going to go to her bread and butter. You know, every time that she's going to sort of throw that hand, that jab or whatever, whatever it might be. And that for me, I think is very worrying. The tell, just for a lot of you guys who are wondering, the lead leg, it sort of steps heavy in, steps forwards, comes in, and then that jab sort of gets thrown out there. But you see the step first before any strike is thrown. And it just seems quite bait. Once you see it, you can't just unsee it. And you just know. Yeah. So I do think it's going to be quite troublesome for her from that point on there. Doug Elvington. Doug Elvington is in the chat. He says, hey, guys, what's up? Or, hey, what's up, guys? Other way around. But still, what's up, man? How you doing? Welcome in. Thanks for chiming in. We're literally...
have to keep doing my camera.
Yeah, Ash is on the blink. We're literally just about getting these gauges now for this fight. So just chime in real quickly. Who do you think striking, grappling, power, speed, or cardio needs to go to in this matchup? We'll start at the top and just jump into the chats and let us know what you're thinking here too. Ash, striking. I think...
Bear with me. I will keep talking. I'm just sorting my camera. Striking for me goes to Shevchenko.
Yeah, Shevchenko, I would think so. I would
just
think
because
so
obviously I know I've been saying about Grasso's combinations and things, but Shevchenko mixes it up a little bit more.
You still got it, right? You still got it. I am thinking like, how can Grasso actually do the job if not with her striking? You know, grappling. I guess exactly, there's no question. It's going to be also for Shevchenko as well.
100%. Yeah.
Power. On paper, it would suggest...
Yeah, I've got to give it to Grasso. Oh, God, here we go. Just doing it again.
I would go Shevchenko.
Yeah,
you need to close some windows down. I did say, bro, get the other laptop up.
It's all good.
Speed.
I'm going to go Shevchenko as well.
Cardio.
Well, we'll have to just have me there for now.
Oh, dear.
I know. Do you say cardio? Cardio's got to go to Shevchenko.
Yeah, I think it's got to go that way too. Let's see what the guys in the chats have been saying. They say, hear the news, Santos doesn't want to fight in America, so unless her title rematch in Abu Dhabi, is the next title match likely to be Blanchfield? Whoa, Cage My IQ with some deep insights here on the division. We'll get into that in just a second. See what else is there. Hey, Doug Everlington, how are you? Okay, that's from JK himself. It says, I'm good. I follow you guys on Twitter and be meaning to get into the chats. Looking forward to talking about the fights. Look, Doug, honestly, this is a place to be if you're passionate about the UFC. We are getting to all the juicy stuff here on the fights. As you can see, we're breaking it down. Not telling you what to think, but ultimately talking about how to think. Taylor there says, as I said, I think Valentina gets everything. Yeah, basically. Yeah,
it's crazy that she will get most of them.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not just not counting out Grasso at all. I think she'd be a tough test for Shevchenko, but I just think Shevchenko's just that level above.
She is, yeah, I think so. I think she had the toughest competition, and I guess you got to ask yourself, is this going to be tougher than Santos? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, it's almost a bit of a wonder how this one matched up. But yeah, Valentina is so good with the ballerina background, helping her hop around better as well. Yeah, there's so much to her that really sort of feeds into who she is and her ability. It's actually quite incredible. And Breezy's saying that, you know, Breezy, you know how it goes. Don't forget to like the video. Guys, subscribe, share the love. It really does help, and we do enjoy having you guys on board. But Taylor Young's, I'm not going to read out Taylor Young's comment. I'm assuming he's smoking grass and he's not suggesting that he thinks Grasso is going to be winning this one. But who knows? Who knows? Yeah, that's that. I think that's solid. I'll lock in Shevchenko as well.
Yeah, I'll be picking Shevchenko on the night as well.
Perfect. Just real quickly, before we get into the next fight on the card, let's see if I can scroll back up to this point. It was Cage Q with a little insight there, talking about Abu Dhabi next potentially. Now, of course, we're in this division still, right? So let's just to touch on that. Whoever wins this fight, who's going to be next for them? Because you got Blanchfield in the mix.
Yeah, you've got Ferro in the mix. Yeah, that's what I mean. But I think Ferro wants one more, so the perfect matchup should be Blanchfield versus Ferro, really.
Yeah, and then Santos and well, here's the thing.
That's
Santos,
what I mean. Yeah, exactly. So
Santos really should be the one doing another fight and then going back to the champion, not the champion having another fight and going back to a pro contender. So I don't know if you can do that now. Although if the Grasso one didn't get made, you probably could have. So why not Santos, Manon Ferro,
maybe
Blanchfield, Valentina, Shevchenko.
Yeah, that could be one. That could be one. Spot on with that one.
It could be interesting. And then, of course, look, you can have it in Dubai all you like. I'm sure Manon wouldn't mind going out there.
Yeah, keep the chats coming in. Love it.
Yeah, great insights there. Thanks. Love that. Next fight on the card, we're going to be in a welterweight division.
Interesting one.
So this is Geoff Neal versus Shavkat or Rakhmonov.
Yeah.
Now, rumor has it, from this week forwards, whenever you stub your toe or you get KO'd or you get in some serious trouble emotionally, down, depressed or hurt, people are just going to say you've just been Shavkatted. It's I didn't make the rules, bro. It's just how apparently that's just what it's going to mean. Why does it always Shavkat on me? But the point is, this guy, he's a problem that's not yet been figured out, really, to be honest.
Yes, 100%, mate.
And 0 in a division. He comes in, he's finished everybody. Everybody. You know, he hasn't, like, he is the next Khamzat Chimaev. I just can't believe two of these guys are around at the same time.
It's crazy, yeah. He finishes everyone and his dinner. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And he's still got time for dessert.
Yeah, I made the words out of my mouth as well.
Madness. And then Geoff Neal's coming in 15-4, and he's coming off the best performance of his life, bro.
Yes, he's coming off a great performance there. Obviously, knocking out Vicente Luque as well. Like literally about 4 shovels in a row with his left hand. Oof.
I can't even tell you. It was just you say 4, I think it was more like 8, 12. Like,
yeah.
You know, just kept tagging the target, and he just looked great. He did great. It wasn't even a case of Luque is a bit off, like I would probably say about other fights as well that's happened in the card. But it was genuinely Geoff Neal at his absolute best. So he's deserved Shavkat, and here we are. We're about to dance. What are the numbers? Height-wise, he's going to be the shorter guy against Shavkat, 6'1" to his 5'11". Reach-wise, there's not a lot in it. There's only 2 inches difference, advantage, of course, for Shavkat. But where's this fight going to take place? You know, Luque didn't shoot once on Geoff Neal. And being a shorter guy, it's going to be a little harder to get those underhooks.
That's true.
And get the takedowns. So does Shavkat need to get this to the ground? Because we know that's, of course, where the biggest discrepancy would be. Or is he good enough just to do this on the feet too?
No, that's the thing. I think he's good enough. Shavkat is good enough everywhere. I think he's good enough on the feet to strike with someone like Geoff Neal. And again, I think if it's not working on the feet, use his grappling and get a takedown. Not that I think he's going to... I don't think he's going to need his grappling and his wrestling in this fight. I think his striking is going to be good enough.
Yeah, his striking is
good. Range, keep him at bay.
100% takedown defense. Geoff Neal's got a pretty decent takedown defense.
He does have great takedown defense, to be fair, yeah.
Strong. So, he could just be burning energy trying to get him down. And that takedown defense could just cancel each other out. They stay standing. Neil Magny didn't even try to get Geoff Neal down, and he would have been a good person too, to really test his takedown ability, but he didn't. Again, he was tall. Geoff Neal being small, bit difficult.
Yeah, that's it. Guy. Yeah.
So striking is where you think it's going to exist and going to take place. Output-wise, it suggests here that Geoff knows he's got more of that output. He's going to have more of that output as well. It does absorb 100%. More as well. So, how does he get it done? How does Geoff Neal have a stake in this fight?
He's got to get inside, land his combinations, because obviously we all saw how good his combinations were against Vicente Luque. Once he got inside, lets his hands go, and that's his path to victory in this one. Just letting his hands go, getting in close, discouraging the movement of Rakhmonov, and just not letting him set. If you get what I mean.
I hear you. Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, but does he go first, earn the respect of Rakhmonov,
yes,
and just
100%.
Stop him from pressuring? Because he respects no one. I guess he does, with a record like his, he doesn't really have to. Or does he go second and try catch him on an entry?
No, I think he's got to go first in this. He can't let Rakhmonov set up his strikes. He's got to go first, get in his face, discourage him. Obviously, like you said, earn his respect. But if that does happen, I think Rakhmonov will obviously utilize and try and use his grappling. But we just don't know. It is an interesting fight. It's a very interesting fight.
It is. Here's a wild one.
Interesting.
Here's a wild one. I remember saying it about Chimaev. I mean, sneaky suspicion. It wasn't really true, but under that big, heavy beard, he might just have a soft chin. Again, Shavkat's not been tested. He's barely been out in the full duration of the 3 rounds. What if Geoff Neal's the first person to take him there, and we see a complete different fighter in the 3rd round?
That is true. Geoff Neal does have a great left hand, so who knows?
Personally, I think if Geoff Neal does get this done, we will find out in the 3rd round and in the 3rd round alone, if Geoff Neal can get it there. You know what I mean?
Very true.
Let's get those gauges up and see what the chats are saying.
Yeah, go on. Let's take us through.
So let's have a look here. We got a few things in the chats. Oh, you guys. Oh, I'll tell you, I know what I've got here. I've got top chats, not live chats. I don't know if I've got all of them in here. There we go. Now I've got live chats. There's so much more. I might have missed a few. Apologies if I missed you guys. I only saw a handful of chats, but now we're getting them all in. So I guess if we go catch up to speed, here the news on Santos. Where are we up to?
I've got a few of them because I'm on live chats. If you let me know what one you've got there, but I'm not that I can click on it, but I can read it out for you.
Yep. Go ahead.
So we've got Breezy saying, oh no, I've read that one out. Telly Young saying, Shavkat finish. Cage Mate RQ saying Shavkat going to submit him round 2. Yeah. Taylor Young says he's a lot more controlled than Hamzat.
That's true. Yeah. So there I am comparing him to Hamzat, but he's got more control of. I mean, does that throw the comparison out the window? It kind of says he is like Hamzat with a little bit more polish.
He's a lot less reckless than Hamzat Chimaev. He won't jump on things like Chimaev will. And then Cage Mate IQ says he's Chimaev without the Twitter page. That's true. Yeah. And
or the Karen Till. I mean, we're all without the Karen Till now, aren't we?
Well, that's it. Have I caught up with you? You got the ones below?
Yep, I'll go from there, of course. So I think Rakhmonov is going to stand with Neal, I guess is what I was supposed to say. But Neal has the power, and he doesn't. He has to proceed with caution, or he will visit the Shadow Realm. That's Doug Elvington chiming in the chat there. That's
good shout, Doug.
Insight, Doug.
That's what I mean. But I was saying about Neal's left hand. Who knows? We've never seen him get hit, and it's exactly the same with Chimaev. We've never seen Chimaev get hit until obviously we saw what Gilbert Burns.
Yeah, Gilbert Burns really put him for his pace.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he was.
Could Geoff Neal do what Gilbert Burns did to Chimaev? He's got the ability to.
Yeah, got the win, but of course Burns did not make it easy for him at all, and
100%.
Sure he had to earn that. Next up, of course, Doug again. He says Neal getting the KO of Luque. Luque shocked me because Luque has a chin. That's true. That's true. That is true. I mean, I felt like the power was sort of like kind of there, whatever. But you're right. Yeah. What he did to Luque is huge.
Exactly, 100%.
Knocked out before that.
Yeah.
Man, the man to get it done. TY, he says, not sure if y'all following betting, but Shavkat is minus 500. It's crazy. I think this whole card, wait till we get to the first one on as well, but I think this whole card, betting-wise, it's like some people are either going to be remortgaging their house or some people are going to be like bringing home a whole new one.
So I mean, it's so, like, do you know when there's underdogs, there's actually not an underdog. I would say a triple an underdog, if you get what I mean, because the amount of people that are ridiculously an underdog in this.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? I think this is set to be such an exciting fight because it's just got to be finishes across the board. It's got to be finish after finish after finish. I can imagine. It might be really quick, imagine. Cage IQ saying Shav's legs kicks are going to be a problem. Oh, imagine. Look, Geoff Neal is all hands.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
He's all upper body, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, he's not going to have a huge array of tools. Doug chiming in there says Rakhmonov is more disciplined striker than Hamzat. So yeah, once again, just saying. Like,
100%. Yeah, he's very, very disciplined. Yeah, 100% there. Great point there, Doug. Yeah.
But does that make him less scary? Is my question. I think it does.
Oh, I don't think he's got
a disciplined striker. Makes you a little less scary than the ruthless, have no idea what's going to come at you when it's going to come at you kind of guy. You know?
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
Man, I was on the train home today next to someone who was clearly on all the smack. And I sat there and he was twitching his whole hands and stuff. I was literally like, I turned my music off, my headphones in. I was like, I got to be aware because I have no idea what he's going to do when he's going to do it. He threatened to hit another.
Do I need to start sprawling his takedowns?
Train, and he sat back down. I kid you not, guy was on all the smack and I was like, whoa. JK, you all right? I'm joking. It wasn't Jordan. But yeah, so look, back to here in the gauges and striking. We could give it to Shavkat and then we give power to Magny. What do you think?
Geoff Neal, you mean? Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, sorry. All right, we'll do that. So then that leaves us with grappling.
Got to go to Shavkat.
On the grappling, yep, true that. And then we have speed.
Ooh.
I've seen it from Geoff Neal.
I have seen the speed from Geoff Neal. Yeah, I'll agree with you. I'll agree with you. I've seen the speed.
Yeah. Although Shavkat is fast.
He's fast as well. But
I could maybe give it.
I don't know what are we thinking in chat. Who's faster, Geoff Neal or Rakhmonov?
Yeah, we're debating on that one.
Dilemma.
I'll leave on the
dilemma.
Gets it right. In cardio, I guess we've seen it from Geoff Neal.
We have, and obviously Shavkat barely gets to the third round. So
yeah, he might have the cardio. He might not have a chin. Both are yet to be tested. But yeah, 100%. And of course, to uphold the way he did against Luque, who we know has a fantastic cardio.
Yeah.
For a lot of ways, Geoff Neal not only beat Luque, but he sort of like put multiple feathers in his cap in the way that he did it as well. And that is, just sort of makes him shine a lot brighter than just getting a win. Taylor Young laughing in there. Love that. Doug says, I think Neal is faster, but Rakhmonov is deceptively quick.
Yeah.
Good way of putting it. Very well said.
Yeah, like that.
Still leaves us with 2 ticks, though. That's the problem.
Yeah. No, I think Geoff Neal, and like you said, we're not saying that Rakhmonov is not quick, but I still think Geoff Neal, yeah.
Yeah, okay. We'll go with that as it was. But then if you look at the gauges, what it does do, and it does do great, it puts 3 in the corner of Neal. So Neal looks to have 3-2.
Really?
Shavkat's got the grappling.
That is
and the striking,
an interesting one.
But the other 3 sit in Neal's corner. So is MMA Maths going to be right on this one? I've already disagreed with MMA Maths once today.
Yes.
Could do it a second time too.
I'm going to do it again as well. I'm still going right now.
You're going to do it again as well. Yeah, he's going to do it again too. I know I am. Yeah, so Shavkat for me.
Yeah,
and
Shavkat as well.
And what is that? Whilst the maths points to Neal, there's something that we can't quantify, something we can't put here on the gauge, and that's like we'll call it the X factor because X, will just be insert anything here that of credible and credibility. And I think for Shavkat, it's what's his X factor? What is it? It's his
got it all.
Yeah, but I don't know how to put it. He seems to have this sort of uncomprehensive ability. He's incomprehensible fear. Like he'll walk in there against any guy, unafraid, and just put a hurt on you. And he does it at such a pace. It's almost like he belittles the person across the octagon mentally, and he just sees it unfold the way it does. He's his quality, and it's hard to quantify exactly what that is. Not necessarily grit, but
100% spot on, mate. Yeah,
got that mindset, and he's great at what he does. I love seeing him go to work. So that's the gauge. I'll go Shavkat. You too.
Yes, I am indeed going Shavkat. Yep.
All right, nice. Next one up. Here we go. We are
Oh.
looking down the barrel of Mateusz Gamrot versus
Yes.
Jalin Turner. Now, last time out, Gamrot was against my boy Neal and
Yeah.
Jalin Turner. Who did Jalin Turner fight next? Maybe you can get that one up and have a look at that. But for now, the record is 21-2-0 for Mateusz Gamrot, and then 13-5-0 for Jalin Turner. Height difference quite good. 5 inches on the height for Jalin Turner.
Yeah.
And reach-wise, that's illegal. 6.5 inches on him on reach.
That's
Wow.
illegal. Love that.
Yeah, look.
Stop the fight. Stop the fight.
Yeah.
It's not
Sorry,
allowed.
mate, you can't have that.
He's cheating.
No,
Cheating.
you can't have that.
He's cheating.
Yeah, exactly. Just because his reach is that. Sorry, I didn't realise your arms are that long. Now,
Yeah, when the
we
fight
can't have
starts.
that.
Hang on a minute.
Fight's off.
Hang on a minute. Come on.
Right.
That's quality.
Do you know what I mean? Oh, disgusting.
That's quality.
So what are we looking at here then? Notable wins from these guys. I don't know if you've got some of them as well, but
Yeah, well,
quickly jump
Gamrot
on
obviously
the
beat
odds.
beating Arman Sarukian. Big win for
Gamrot.
Gamrot, sorry, and then obviously beating a veteran in Jeremy Stevens as well. It's another notable win on his resume as well.
true.
And then
Although-
Jalin Turner though. Oof.
Oh, he's got more.
Obviously, he's coming off that first round submission of Brad Riddell.
Of course, Riddell.
But he's lost to the likes of Vicente Luque, and he's also lost to the likes of Matt Frivola. So that does give Gamrot a little bit of praise there.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Certainly get sort of confidence at least. Yeah, that's the one.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
And look, the caliber of fighters Jalen's lost to, I know better than Gamrot is what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Gamrot would put these guys away 9 times out of 10.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Jalin Turner can put it on, and look, he's got so much working for him in this fight. He's got the reach, he's got the height. There's no reason why he should be letting Gamrot get close to him. So
Yeah.
how do you imagine this fight going? Because I imagine Gamrot's going to want to grab hold of him as he always
But that's
does.
the thing. You've said it there, which I was about to say, mate.
Yeah,
is in Gamrot, obviously in his previous 2 outings, obviously he's lost to Beneil Dariush and his win against Arman Sarukian. Obviously, he grappled in both of them fights,
Grappling heavy
and obviously,
matches,
Jalin Turner is very quick at snapping up guillotines. He's very quick at snapping up submissions, and obviously. We all saw that desperate takedown attempt after Beneil Dariush cracked him with that left hand. That was a desperate attempt.
It's quick.
If he does something,
well.
if he does something like that to someone like Jalin Turner, he's going to wrap up a guillotine. So if Gamrot does try and go for a takedown, or his entries need to be clean.
Yeah, so true, man. So
Yeah.
true. Because it can all just happen in seconds.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
I don't think any of these fights so far that we've looked at are going to go to a decision on this card.
Yeah, but
And-
that's what I mean. Obviously,
but-
it's crazy because Brad Riddell was putting the pressure on Turner, obviously closing that distance so that Turner couldn't use that reach, and Brad Riddell was cracking him, but still Turner was still in his face.
Yeah.
And then once Turner cracked Riddell, he was like, "Sugar, I've got to go for a
got the
takedown
power.
here." Went for a takedown, bosh, snapped his, got that guillotine.
There we go. And look, you want that. Jalin Turner, you want him to hit Mateusz so hard that he earns his respect. However,
Yes.
there's a risk in throwing your hands at 100% against an incredibly good grappler.
Yeah, exactly.
So does he have to throw at 60%, but he's never going to get that respect from him?
Yeah.
So it's a bit.
Yeah, you're
22,
spot on,
isn't it?
mate. I like it. Yeah.
Breezy just chimed in the chat there for, I think the comment was just prior with that X factor I was asking for with Shavkat, but he summed up quite well. I think fighter IQ is what I was looking for.
Yeah.
But yeah, for
I
all
say
we know,
cage might
Shavkat
IQ.
has some Tony Ferguson cardio, but he's not had a chance to show it. So I'm confident in picking. But he still would go. Yeah, he's still confident enough to pick Shavkat either for the pick, but I hope not for cardio, just because we've not seen it. That's Taylor Young there.
Yeah.
Then Doug Elvington says, this is low-key the fight of the night. Just trying to think now whether I missed that or whether it would have been the last one fight, wouldn't it? Yeah, Shavkat and Geoff Neal. Could be. It's going to be a lot going on. He probably thinks that there might be tentative in the main belt and not throw the hands as much as we would hope. Yeah, but it's highly anticipated, so it could be one of those things, eh? And then you got Cage IQ chiming in saying, Tarantula getting that finish. He thinks Jalin Turner will get the finish on Gamrot. That's
Who knows,
wild.
man?
Hold it right there for a second because we got to get into that. And then also TY says Turner by KO. Am I missing something? Something?
It's great. I just think because he's hitting his prime, if you get, well, I don't want to say prime, but he's hitting like a rhythm that he's in at the moment where he's
his win
striking
streak?
just going so well. His grappling's doing so well. He's on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fight win streak.
Okay.
So yeah.
Interesting. Some people
Yeah.
confidently for Gamrot for turning here. I didn't think it was so easy. So we've got Doug also chiming in and say Gamrot is a savage, but Jalin is coming for his soul. Gonna be a war for sure. I love that, Doug. Gonna be a war for sure. Wow, this is exciting because everyone's going Jalin here, and I thought this was more of a washout for Mateusz.
I'm like I was when the fight was made. I was like, oh, Gamrot's got this. But then obviously you do a little bit of tape. I think Turner could get him out of there, like they're saying though. But I don't see him. It's just that reach as well. And obviously, if Gamrot tries to get close and Turner's got, he could just wrap up anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what. After hearing all this, I got to go back and rewatch some tape. I think, but but no, I tell you what I think about this one. Some expectations in just a second when we get to the gauges as well. But Cage My Q says ever since he started training with the Gracies, he's been more well-rounded.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's his rationale for going Turner. Both those losses were at welterweight, if you remember.
So I know that the Luke one was a welterweight. What? So he lost to Matt Favola at welterweight as well. I thought that one was that one not a what lightweight?
Oh, okay. So, how long ago was that as well? How long ago?
2018 was the Vicente Luque loss, and that was at oh no, he returned to lightweight. Yeah, his one was at welterweight and one was at lightweight.
Okay, so you got
the loss to Matt Favola was at lightweight. Yeah,
so it was at lightweight. Okay, yeah. So just sort of coming up to it, and then we got Cage My Q saying Gamrot usually telegraphs his takedowns, so Turner needs to tone those knees when he rushes in. Yeah, I mean, Beneil Dariush had some great knees to the body in their last outing. Beautifully placed, and they were devastating for Gamrot.
Yeah, stopped the takedowns, didn't it? So
they didn't quite land on the head as they might have been planned to, but they did some savage body damage when they hit him there. Doug saying he's taking Gamrot. Okay, that's a change of events. He changed of tune. He did say that Jalen's going to be coming for his soul, but he thinks it's going to be a war for sure.
Yeah, war for sure.
Gamrot's going to come out victorious. Yeah, war for sure. War. Good gosh, yo. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Man, okay. Just real quick glance at the striking.
Yes. Yep. Ooh, striking Turner for me.
Yep. Here on paper, it makes sense. For that to be the case, I'd agree. Grappling.
You got to give it to Gamrot though, because it's just more like obviously people may go against me, but I just think it is legit.
Yeah, it's what he does, and he does it very well. I mean,
and obviously we're all saying that Turner's going to like whip up a submission, but Gamrot's known for it. So
yeah, but here's my thing, like. Turner is tall. He's long. He's got tools which are gonna work for him, but then ultimately they could also work against him. For example,
when he's on the map,
those arms beautiful for wrapping up submissions, right? But imagine getting taken down onto the canvas and leaving one of them hanging out there.
Yeah,
like it's just a bigger canvas for an absolute martial artist to go to work on, and so he can literally do whatever he wants with that. And it's gonna be harder for you to defend it. So yeah, it does sort of work both ways. I fear, takedown wise in this matchup, Jalen's not going to be taking Gamrot down. He's small, and that's going to be a little bit awkward to do so.
Yeah.
And secondly, why not play to that reach advantage? So in this matchup,
exactly,
and whether it's going to be overall, but certainly in this matchup, I reckon grappling is going to be going for Gamrot. And then power wise, with that sort of like bird's eye view on Gamrot, I think Gamrot's going to have that power advantage too. Not Gamrot. Turner's going to have the power advantage in this. Speed.
I'm sliding towards the power,
Yeah.
Speed, I think Gamrot's fast.
I hear that.
So fast.
But I reckon it's something about Turner's hands covering a lot of distance in such a short time looks really fast. It's like a sniper.
He is, yeah. He's got more precision, but
He does, yeah.
But
Certainly
that beats speed, though, so,
Certainly more precise. Cardio, hands down, I'm going to Gamrot on it, but I'm still undecided on speed. Speed, I might go Turner.
What are we going for in the chat? Who are we going for?
Yeah, go on.
I was thinking Gamrot, but
the
the only reason I'm saying that is because, like when he's in them grappling exchanges, he's so fast at, like, trying to get around to the back, or so fast at, like...
Yeah.
But that's just in grappling. I'm like on the feet as well. Like, he's not as fast on the feet, but when I mean like trying to switch around positions in the grappling exchange, I just mean that fight with Sarukan. Oh
yeah, the guy literally. I mean, it was just a masterclass on the ground. You blink and you miss it. You couldn't keep up with all the sort of skill that was going on down there. Yeah, have a look on speed. Have a quick think. I'm going to go to the chats real quick. So we've got Taylor Young saying Turner has a real chance of getting it. He's dangerous on the feet and could get a sub if Gamrot is careless with the takedown.
Yes.
I'm not fully decided, but I think I might pick Gamrot. Okay, now people are starting to sound like I thought they were going to sound. Taylor Young says, Steamroller! Talking about Favreau himself. Doug Elvington, he's saying again, and he says, definite Gamrot is better grappling and his cardio is good. He went 5 with Sarukian. He did go 5 with Ciryl, and that was just, as we just talked about, a masterclass on the canvas. I think Jalin has faster hands, but Gamrot moves around the cage better and covers distance well.
Exactly what I was saying just a second ago. When Gamrot's in them grappling exchanges and things, he's just so quick at moving around like his opponent to try and get into a better position to either sink in a submission or just use it well. But yeah, Turner's hands are fast, 100%, mate, spot on.
Yeah, that's agreed there. Reciprocated, of course, for TY as well. Man, that's cool. It's hard. I mean, this one actually looks like it'll be free down the middle in terms of what the gauge would say with speed. We've put it on both. Speed around the octagon, that's Gamrot. Speed in the hands, that's Turner. What's going to matter most, we're going to have to see on the night. I mean, one of them is going to be pervading. So the MMA maths, I would say, should side with Gamrot in a sense that he's going to be bigger in an area where, I'm thinking twice now. The thing about Jalin, though, is, Gamrot can shoot on him. Jalen's got an answer to maybe wrap up something like a guillotine. Yeah. Gamrot is a lot more advanced than just be 40.
He is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's still going to be a bit of both. Coming into this, I was saying Gamrot's going to do it. But now, after speaking to you guys, thanks very much, chat, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And this is why we break down these fights again, just to sort of open your eyes a little bit more. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I'm playing my X Factor cards. X Factor card on this one is going to be Gamrot's grit and determination. And that's something that he's got that Turner doesn't have. He's also got a win over greater caliber fighters. He's been in there and tested. Jalin is yet to be tested against those. Or he's lost, of course, to some of those lower caliber fighters.
He got knocked out by Luke, but but that was obviously a higher weight class. He's somehow making lightweight now, but yeah.
Yep. Made my mind up. I'm going Gamrot on this one. What about you?
Man, I'm still undecided. I'm thinking I'm exactly the same as you. I was thinking Gamrot, but then when I was watching tape and things, and Gamrot's such a beast, but then Turner's such a beast as well. So it's like, I'll probably go Turner.
Okay, nice. Okay, let's go back to the card. We're down to the last one here on the card, or if you like, the first fight on the main card. But it's going to be the end of the show after this one. But real quickly, we've got Bo Nickal versus Jamie Pickett. Bo Nickal here says 3-0 and Jamie Pickett 13-8. Now, I believe Bo Nickal's got more fights in his record than that. But, of course, he's got a bit of a history. You've got his wiki there, haven't you, Ash? It goes almost like 100 different wrestling matches. So,
yeah, indeed. So, mate, yeah.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to...
let's have a little look at him now.
I've even got a little stat on here for his debut. His last fight was his debut.
Yeah. No, not in the UFC. It was both fights in the Dana White Contender Series.
That's what I mean. Reach-wise, again, a huge reach advantage for the likes of the blue corner, Pickett. In fact, by 6 inches, almost the highest reach we've seen in the card, but not close. Quite close.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, it's big.
No, I was having a look at his wrestling record: 120 wins, 3 losses. Jesus Christ! Sorry.
cheese and rice. Look, right? The guy's sick. The guy's sick. And those odds, I think these ones to mention.
Yeah, this is the biggest difference in the odds of. Like, I don't know how everyone or does their betting, but Bo Nickal's 1-16 in this fight, so it's massive favorite.
Mate, that's huge.
So
that's huge. That's a super like that.
Unreal.
And
so I put my house on Pickett.
Here it is. You know, and
this is where mortgages are won.
This is where mortgages are won.
Won or lost. Should I say?
I was literally just thinking about what you said there. I was like, no, I think he said Bo's name wrong. It's not Bo Pickett, but you're on about. Okay. This is where mortgages are won, mate. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna wait to see what. Well, I don't bet anyway, so I won't put it on anything. But I think it's probably wise to wait to see what Drake does, and then just do the complete opposite.
Yeah, 100%. Because he lost money on, obviously. We all know what fight I'm talking about. I don't want to get into it, but yeah, the boxing fight happened the other day. Yeah, it's lost money on that as well. So yeah,
107. I mean, people crazy. All right, so. Look, the odds are drastic. What we're hearing is true. Like, Bo Nickal's a dangerous weapon. And the problem, but he's still very new in the UFC. So he could run into the buffers here against Pickett. But we're quite confident about what's going to happen, but no one actually knows what's going to happen. But let's give a bit of speculation on how the fight's going to take place. Like, we've seen Bo do it with his hands. We've seen him do it on the ground. How is he going to choose to get a job done here against Pickett, do you think? Would he be standing?
No, I think he's going to shoot early and try and get I think he gets a first round sub in my eyes. Yeah, honestly, I think he gets it done. Tries to get it done early, but again, like I said, obviously, Jamie Pickett. I wouldn't say he's obviously a veteran, but obviously he's had more UFC fights than obviously Bo. Bo's going to be making his debut.
Yep.
But yeah, it's the crazy thing. He's been sub 3 times. So. Yeah. One was and it was he got subbed by Kyle Daukaus last. So if Kyle Daukaus can sub him, what's Bo Nickal going to do to him? But again, that's MMA maths, and is it ever right?
Yeah. Well, look, it can be, but you got those unquantifiable things that can swing.
Yes,
what I'm laughing at here actually is the fact that I'm looking at the numbers screen here in the UFC, and I don't have too much faith in him because Bo Nickal's not really got much of a record.
Yeah, because he's making his UFC debut. Yeah,
but if you look at the numbers, like his chart is literally off the screen. It's gone all the way over to the right. And it's literally overtaken whatever was on Jamie Pickett's side of it as well. So I don't know what's going on there with that. But yeah, I wouldn't put too much on it. So yeah, we're not going to learn much with these numbers, these averages. He's just fairly new in there. But, you know, the guy's yet to see a decision. That we do know. You know, he's had, you know, I was talking to JK about this, and his average fight time is less than a minute, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
He's had 3
Crazy.
fights. He's
had 3
fights in the UFC. And I was just saying, like, it'd be mad. Wouldn't it be just mad if he gets into the rankings before he's even completed a full round in the UFC?
Well, this is the thing. He's got the hype to do it. He's got the hype around him to do it. I think he wins this fight and maybe one more, and then potentially it could be. Because I think they've fed him Jamie Pickett to obviously get him into...
Fed him's right, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And but again, Jamie Pickett would be putting, like... betting a house on it, like, obviously I know they can't bet, but I mean, beating someone like Bo Nickal as well, the hype that Bo Nickal has behind him, it's going to be massive.
Yeah, absolutely huge. Let's see what some of the chats are saying over here. So the guys are saying, this style is why I think this is fight of the night. Doug is also chiming in there with that one. And then he said, phenomenal matchmaking with Turner versus Gamrot. Wish it wasn't short notice, though. So that was from TY earlier as well. Penn State wrestler to an hour onto the Bo Nickal and Jamie Pickett stuff. But yeah, look, Cage My IQ says, Nickal will have more openings to land strikes with Pickett fearing his grappling. He can feint
100%.
Shooting low, bring those hands right up top. And so I was just saying earlier, I'm confident none of these, like, I don't think any fight in this main card is going to go decision. Not too sure about the last one.
That's actually very true.
But I just don't know whether it'll be a knockout or sub.
So I might actually have to do a cheeky one.
It still was 50-50 for me on that. It's going to be a knockout or it's going to be a sub. It's, you know, more confident picking decisions, but, you know, wild. Doug is also saying here, I like Bo. He has relentless tenacity to his finish. He's possessed madman out there. And he's not
Yeah.
wrong. Comes on in, gets the job done quick. Taylor Young said, Pickett, round of one sub, bet the house. He likes what you said.
Get that mortgage.
These fights are what mortgages are made of. Oh man, and they've got Mark Short.
Yes, welcome in, sir. Welcome
to where it's all happening, bro. If you're a fan of UFC, place to be. Do like, subscribe, be part of the conversation. We're gonna be back here with the actual fight watch along on Saturday as well.
Yeah.
But Mark's chiming in here, says, do you think Bo should attempt to test out his striking ability, or rely on his grappling for an easier way to victory?
Yeah, mate, it's actually a very, very good question. But then I go to the question above from Doug. Like Pickett's gonna be worrying about that takedown throughout the whole fight, obviously.
Yeah.
No matter how duration the fight lasts. So Bo could actually land some of his striking and showcase his striking because of how much that Jamie Pickett is wary of that takedown.
Yeah. Look, you wouldn't be silly at all either. And I think I need to look at more tape on Pickett and how he his mentality wise. Because if he's fearless in there, then he might be silly and get caught. If he's too cautious in there, then he's going to be reacting and biting on everything both got.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It works both ways, and it's a tough one, man.
Exactly, yeah. Bo goes for a takedown and gets caught, he thinks, says Taylor Young, in a guillotine from hell. Guillotine from hell. Okay, wow.
Let's get them gauges
things.
up.
Now, I can say I'll be going with Bo Nickal on this one. But if you do want to get those mortgages, by all means, Pickett's your man. Pickett. Let's get those gauges up and let's see how this one looks in terms of MMA maths. Striking.
We've actually not seen much of a Bo Nickal striking, so we've technically got to give it to Pickett.
Yeah, true that.
I know people may disagree, but we've seen, looking at Pickett's record, he's got some KOs on his resume.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bo Nickal is predominantly grappling and wrestling, so you've got to side with Pickett's on striking.
Yeah. Okay, and grappling. Let's just quickly ask Pickett. Pickett, how many grappling matches have you won? Anywhere near 122? No. Okay. Cool.
No.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to Bo as well. Power.
You've technically got to give it to Pickett as well, because we've not seen Bo's power. Obviously, like I said, like the amount of KOs that Pickett has on his resume, he's got 8 KOs. Yeah. So you've technically got to give it to him.
Yeah, that's true.
I know he dropped that guy in the Dana White Contender Series. I mean, Bo Nickal, but you can't give someone power just for that one. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, true.
I'm not being harsh on Bo. I'm just. The facts are there. Right? Yeah, the facts are there.
You got your opinion and you got it on paper.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They're the same height. I'm thinking frame wise. Maybe we can sort of.
Bo's probably a bigger frame.
Yeah, same sort of height, 1 inch in it. So maybe wrestling gives you a lot of power, right? I mean, having to wrestle for the extension, he's got the power. Yeah, and I think that could probably be what we can bring over into why that power advantage would be more like his way. So we might not see knockouts, but who's going to be getting controlled and ultimately imposing their will the most?
100%, yeah, but sorry, I was just looking at Doug's question there, which is spot on. Like, Pickett has a solid stand-up, but Bo don't have enough tape to say he's a better striker, and it's exactly the same with the power. We don't have enough evidence to say that, like we were just like explaining there. Like, he's got a big frame, and obviously you got to have power to sort of the way he's been going through his takedowns and power takedowns and things like that. But we've not seen it, if you know what I mean. So we can't give it, unfortunately.
Yeah. Here it is. With that one, then I think what we would do is.
So I was just laughing at T. Obviously, because most of the gauges are going to go Pickett, so Pickett wins.
Bo hasn't showed Kano, so Pickett gets the gauges don't lie. Pickett is winning.
Exactly, that's what I mean. It's crazy that these gauges are going to Pickett, but it's not that we're saying. We don't have enough evidence.
Tay's saying that Bo can actually have this fight any which way he wants. But
exactly. There's no evidence. Like, this is what I'm saying. We're all saying exactly the same thing. I think he can win by KO, and I think he can win by
don't have the data,
submission.
But I'm going to give the power to. Where's that all going wrong now? So I'm going to give the power to Bo, largely because I was talking about
you novice. You novice.
I'm doing it.
You can't do that.
Here's the reason why. It's because he's coming into the UFC with an incredible wrestling pedigree, right? And that sort of training, that sort of constant.
We're talking about striking power, though.
No, we're talking about power, bro. Power, bro.
Disagree with that one, unfortunately.
We'll give to Jalin because you have the striking and you can have the power, whatever you want in that fight for Thursday. But I'm talking about the strength.
Yeah, you tell him, T. You tell him.
He's going to have the power.
You tell him. You tell him, T.
You can't prove that, Si.
You know what I mean? We've got facts to back it up, mate. We've got facts to back it up. Where's your facts?
He even looks like He-Man. He even looks like He-Man.
Has he KO'd anyone?
There we go. So he's got power. So then speed. Ooh. I guess we're going to have to do that. We're going to have to go speed, Jalin. Cardio, Jalin.
Jalin?
Yeah.
You mean Jamie Pickett, you mean?
Jamie, yeah. Well, Jalin, yeah. I think I'm turning
now. Cardio, you've got to give it to Pickett because obviously you think he's not got out of the first round.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that obviously I know he's had obviously his grappling matches and they last a while and you've got to have that grit and determination to obviously.
It's actually the hardest one.
Yeah, exactly.
The hardest one to do. I didn't realize how tough it was.
But yeah, the facts are there for Pickett to have. He's gone 3 rounds before, so you've technically got to give it to Pickett, and exactly the same with the power. But you're being very stubborn and giving the power to Bo.
Yeah. I mean, look, we've got Doug chiming in here, supporting my back. Thanks, Doug. Got my back here. He says you could argue he has more power with how he's manhandles people. It's mad.
Yeah, 100%. That's strength, not power.
Okay.
We've got you, mate. We've got you. That is strength, not power. We've got you.
Giving it to him anyway.
No, that is strength, not power. Thank you there for Doug. That is strength, not power.
It's fine.
We've got you, mate.
He's getting it anyway.
I'm calling the police.
Because
we've
already given the striking to Jalin, whether it be striking.
Jalin, what are you on about? Jamie Pickett. See what I mean? This is what I'm saying. Right, you can't even get the right fighter right. The power goes. The power goes to Bo. I'm doing it now. The power goes to Pickett.
What's Tay saying? If buts and maybes, we need to be objective. And evidence based, and the evidence does not lie. Pickett wins. I don't condone betting, but please, everyone bet on Pickett. It's like the most contradicting argument ever, Tay. I don't condone betting, but please, everyone bet on Pickett. Agree to disagree, says Doug. Look, this is actually sort of kicked up a bigger stir than the actual main event itself. But yeah, look, I think if we.
I'm not involved in you giving. I'm not involved. My hands are up. I'm not involved in you giving Bo Nickal power. I'm not involved.
Okay, don't worry. I'll take that. But as to what I'm talking about in reference to, we're not talking necessarily striking power. We know he can put people away with his hands. He has done it. But ultimately, we're talking more about of who is going to impose their will when they're in the octagon. And I believe Bo Nickal would be the one doing that. And then at the end of the fight, you would just say he was just too strong for him. And I know you're going to have the comparison power and strength, but in this scenario, we're going to sort of attribute it like
two different things.
Yeah, wow. Similar. There's a fine line, to be honest. There's a fine line. And we'll attribute like that. But if we're going to talk about an X factor here as well, I'm going to say that Bo Nickal's got that Chimaev effect, Khamzat Chimaev effect. Do you know what I mean? He's got that sort of Escobar and walks in there, no dilly-dally, gets the job done, gets out. He could be the quickest person to get into the rankings that we've ever seen before in the UFC. So that's going to be quite exciting.
Well, I don't even, to be fair, obviously he's saying quickest one to get in the rankings. I don't think he's going to do what Pereira done, 3 fights champion. So I don't think Bo can do that. But
in terms of time, not the amount of fights, he might take 4 fights, 5 fights, but if each of his fights lasts 30 seconds, the amount of time he's had in UFC. Okay. And he's in the rankings, but he's done it in the rankings, and he hasn't even actually fought a physical round. Yeah, that would be wild. 100%. But yeah, other than that, it's I think I'll sit with Bo on this one. Would you go Bo?
100%. I'm going Bo on this one as well. Yeah.
To be absolutely honest, I might just not go anyone because the loss you get for if you are wrong with Bo will send you right into the shadow, into the below.
Yeah, so you might as well lose that -100 instead of get
Exactly. I bet myself. I bet, I'm not. It's just too dangerous to take. It's like, oh man.
Yeah, you tell him, Doug.
And let's see. Doug saying Anderson Silva won the belt his second fight in UFC. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he did do that. Okay, we are. I am forgetting that, which was wild. But that's why he's one of the best ones going. And then we got here Doug saying crushed Leban, then slept Rich Franklin back to back. Mate,
yeah.
I ain't taking nothing away from the guy.
Oh no, sorry. No, hang on, Doug. For Sai, it's Rich Franklin, not Rich Franklin.
Rich Franklin. Yeah. If you know, then you know.
If you know, you know.
Man,
that's quality.
Man. Just my typos. Let's bring it back to main. Oh, bro. Okay, look, that wraps it up. That was literally the end of the fight card. We've gone from Gane and Jones, talked all the way through the fights that are going to be happening on that main card. And, of course, we're giving you all the entertainment throughout. But I think they're pretty good picks. I'm confident with them. I'll be locking those in as well. We are on the Fight Picks. Is it the Fight Picks app? We have a Fight Picks app.
Yeah, Fanalytics. It's in the description below. So if you're not in it, and if you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord because, like, so I mentioned a few times, we have these discussions that we've just done now. We have them in the Discord, and again, we love your opinions. We love to hear what you have to say. The link to the Discord is in the description. Get in there.
Yep, absolutely. Up next, of course, we have the event itself. That's going to be taking place on the Saturday evening.
Well, I think we've got something tomorrow, though, haven't we?
Tomorrow is, yeah, we do. Of course, we do. Yes. Next up, we do have something tomorrow. So we've got some exciting. If you was in our last watch long, then we did get leaked, I believe. But we're looking to have some conversations with a particular previous alumni of the channel and fight fan and fighter in the UFC himself. So do chime in. If you click the notification buttons, you will get notified when that does happen and go live tomorrow. But JK will be in the house here asking all the most important questions to one of our favorite friends and fighters in UFC too. I'll leave that announcement to come through socials, but do stay tuned. It's going to be sick. Take the
UFC light heavyweight. UFC light heavyweight as well.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Have you guessed it already with the clues? Aside from that, then, of course, then it's the weekend. We'll be doing the full breakdown of the show, so do chime in for that as well. We'll give it a full entertainment from start to stop of that main card and all the analytics as well throughout. But get your opinions heard on the channel. We'll be talking to you guys and the whole community.
Even more as well. We've even got 2 fighters confirmed for the weekend's watch along. Again, we will leave JK to sort them out.
Some of those announcements out, yeah.
Yes, 100%. So we've got a fight Q&A tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned. Yeah. Obviously, I won't reveal it just yet, but it is a UFC light heavyweight. Yes. Size gone, and as we just mentioned, for the watch along of the weekend, we've got 2 fighters confirmed to join us for the watch along. So again, stay tuned for the announcements there. Just get to Mike Short. I'll get to your question quickly. Won't come up on the screen because Size his end sorting his lights out. But he said, side note, what do you think about Cody Garbrandt fall from grace? Do you think he will get the win at the weekend? I think he will get it. Me personally, I think he knocks out Trevor Jones. But that's my opinion. Doug says, I enjoyed the chat. Can't wait for the card at the weekend. Look forward to talking about the results with you guys. Thanks for letting me hang. It says, Doug, no, thank you, sir.
Man, no problemo. No problemo. You're always welcome here. Thanks so much for joining us. And I like to see Cody Garbrandt fight. It's a tough one.
Yes, hopefully he gets back onto the winning ways because he is a very exciting fighter, and hopefully he can get back to winning ways.
He is the favorite.
He is.
I guess interesting to see how that one will go down. But yeah, no. Ultimately, I do like his chances in it. He's got something to prove, in my opinion. He does definitely have something to prove. And it's going to be quite exciting to see him back in there. To be fair, you're right when you said fall from grace. Oh, yeah. He's got this. Trevor Jones, it's a tough matchup. It's a tough matchup. Actually, probably harder to pick than some of the ones on the main card. I wonder if they'll actually change anything around on the main card between now and the event actually happens, because everything on the main card is going to be a finish, I think.
So I can see it.
Just like that. All right, so yeah, that's Q&A tomorrow, 6 p.m. Be there for that, guys. And then, of course, go right back here on the weekend, and we're giving you a full breakdown for this event when it happens and goes live. It's going to be 3 a.m. GMT. That's our time over here on this side of the pond. And I believe that's going to be looking at around 9 to sort of 10 p.m. on the other side over in Vegas for you guys out there. But look, again, thanks for joining in. Thanks for joining us. We had a lot of fun, and we'll do this again.
Yes, thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Tune in for the Q&A tomorrow and the watch along.
Absolutely. Stay blessed.